Question 10 here is another limit problem, but instead of giving us an actual graph to work from, they want us to evaluate the limit with a given equation happening here. So this is asking us to find the limit as x approaches 2 of our f of x, which is x squared minus 8x plus 12 divided by x minus 2. Option 1 in this situation for me is always going to be the same. I'm going to take the equation that they gave me here, and I'm going to plug that equation into y1 on my calculator. After that, I'm going to graph that equation, and I'm going to do a second calc, and then I'll choose number 1 in that calc menu option, which is value. And then from there, it's going to ask me what x value I care about, and I care about the x value of 2 because that was what the limit was supposed to be approaching. So as x approaches 2 in this situation, and whatever the y value is that comes out of my calculator, that would be my answer if option 1 works. So I go through and I pull up my calculator. I go into my y equals. To enter a fraction on your calculator on these newer calculators, there's actually a pretty cool button. If you just hit alpha and then the y equals button right there, it'll pull up this menu, and you want to choose number 1 in that menu, the n divided by d, numerator over denominator. And what you can see is that it automatically splits our equation into a fraction for us. So now we don't have to worry about all those extra parentheses that you would normally see when you were doing this before this button existed. So I type in the top how it looks and then move to the bottom and do it how it looks as well. If you are somebody who doesn't have that feature, all you want to do is remind yourself to put the whole top in a set of parentheses. So open a set of parentheses, type in your equation for the top piece, close that set of parentheses, and then you do divided by, and then open again a new set of parentheses, and this would have been x minus 2 in that situation, and close that set of parentheses. So if you don't have that alpha y equals button, that's how you'd want to enter it in for this problem. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this other graph since we only need one of them graphing right now. Then I hit graph, and after that, like I said, I do second, and then I choose the calc menu by hitting the trace button, and I want to choose number 1 in that menu option, which is value. I care about the x value at 2, so I'm going to type in 2 and hit enter. And what you'll see here is that my y is blank, and so I didn't get an answer out using option 1 right now. And that doesn't tell me anything except that option 1 failed. And so what I then do is I go over and I do option number 2 right now. So option number 2, whenever I'm talking about an overall limit really is always asking me, does the left-hand limit equal the right-hand limit? And when I'm doing this, the answer is either yes, and then the overall is the same, or the answer is no, and in that situation, the overall does not exist. DNE is how we say that. So when I've got it like this on an equation and it's in my calculator, what I really need to do is go find out what those left-hand limit and right-hand limit values are. And I'm still going to do the calc value function on my calculator to find those out. I'm going to do a calc value. And if you think about it on a number line, if 2 is what I'm looking for, as I approach 2 from the left-hand direction here, I just want a number that's really, really close to 2 from the left. And so in this situation, I'd use the number 1.99999. So we're going to do a calc value at x equals 1.9999, a whole bunch of 9s. And we'll see if our calculator gives us out a y value in this situation. So open up the calculator, still the same graph, so I don't need to change that. I just hit second calc, and then again number 1 value. And this time I'm going to enter something really close to 2 on the left, so 1.99999. And hit enter. And what you can see is my calculator is giving me out negative 4.0000, so it's giving me basically negative 4 from the left-hand direction. So now I know what my left-hand limit is, and I go now to calculate out the right-hand limit. And either these two things are going to be the same, and that's what my overall is, or they come out as different. Fine, then does not exist. So as I do my calc value right now, and I have to choose an x value in this situation, I want something really close to 2 from the right-hand side. And so in this situation, I'd be looking at something like 2.0000, a whole bunch of zeros and a 1. And so that'll be what I calc value on this side, 2.000, a whole bunch of zeros and a 1. And we'll see what my y equals in this situation. So back into the calculator, go to my second calc, and then number 1 value. And again, from the right-hand side, I'll be typing in 2.000001, and I hit enter, and now it gives me negative 4 straight up. So I have -4 for my right-hand limit. Those two things are equal, which means my overall would be the same. So my overall limit answer in this situation would be -4. So anytime we need a limit of an equation, we can use our calculator to do all the heavy lifting for us.